Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Scott Offerson. Today I want to be talking about customer service at a business. It is so important to have good customer service. I tell you what, and the businesses that succeed and fail a lot, especially small businesses, can be very well just based upon their customer service. In today's example, I want to talk about customer service during this time of COVID, right? And in my little town where I live, it's super important to have good customer service. And here's why. A little rundown. In our town, we had about 2,500 people, give or take, a few hundred. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6, 5 hardware stores. It's overly ridiculous. We have a lot of hardware stores where you can pick up a lot of stuff. The same stuff in different stores, right? But what separates one from another? I'm sure there's a fancy brand new one that has all the bells and whistles. There's one that's old, that's been around forever. There's the one with the big brand name, and then there's the two smaller shops inside of town. The other three are on the main street, kind of going outside of town on the main highway. And so what separates those, and how do each of them work, right? Well, customer service. Hands down, the only way that the smaller ones, the ones in town, can exist. Because the big ones outside of town or on the edge of town definitely have bigger stores. Maybe not better stores, but bigger stores, more product, more stuff. The one that I'm going to be talking about today has been around a lot longer than most of these stores. So it's kind of like the go-to place, right? But anyway, my point is, if you're going to force me to wear this right here, you're going to force me to wear this, if you're going to force me to put a mask on, right, and come into your store, the least you could do, per Minnesota State executive order, of course, but if you're going to make me wear one, and I will oblige because I'm trying to follow the rules of your store, because I'm polite and I respect your store, then you should work a little harder to keep my business. Just that simple. If I go in and I put my mask on, or I put my mask on, then I go in and I go shopping and I do my stuff and come up to the counter and you're rude, like, yes, rude is a perception of rude. So one person's rude is another person's funny, right? But I couldn't see how this young gentleman was being funny. He was just kind of being rude. Like, I interrupted his daily work schedule to help him. Now, my business is not too far away from the store, and I can watch them all day. They're not as busy as they used to be. So, if they want to keep good customers and good business, then you need to have better customer service. Yes, your employees have to wear masks. I understand that, and it sucks because that was your choice as a business owner to make them do that by following the executive order in Minnesota. But you can also push that you have to be a little extra nice because we're all miserable. None of us want to wear masks in your building because of reasons. But we're going to because we're going to follow your store's rules. So then don't be a dink when we come in there. It's pretty simple. Like, not hard to figure out. And this goes back to all businesses. If you're rude when you go into a store, unless you're like a Walmart or a Target or a Lowe's or a Home Depot, and yes, they still need to have good customer service, but they can get by with a little less because of the size and the prices and the offerings and the locations. But if you're going to go into any store that's not them, those big box stores, the smaller stores really need to work at customer service. I know, at least at my store here, when I'm open, if I don't have customer service, I don't have customers. Just that simple. Like, if I don't talk to my customers when they come in and I don't interact with them, they just don't want to come back. They'll go somewhere else. They'll order on Amazon. And it affects my business directly. I think the only reason I even have any kind of success is because I work really hard at customer service and making my store accessible and, ease of use and getting the things they want. It's just common sense, you know. And growing up here in the small town that I did, common sense seems to be more common than in the bigger metro areas. I don't know why that is. It just seems like, I don't know. Except for some of these small businesses, there's a few of them that are just struggling, and well, you'll struggle less if you have better customer service. I promise you. Anyway, I know this is going to be a short video, but it's really frustrating to go shopping somewhere and buy something from someone when you know they're not having good customer service, and then they're just rude to you. You know, it's kind of like when this whole pandemic COVID thing started, the restaurants had to only do like curbside service and stuff. I tell you what, it was an absolute joy to go to these restaurants during this time, because they were working their butts. I mean, I feel bad that they had to do it this way. Don't get me wrong, hence why I went out and ate out all the time. But it felt good. They were so like happy to see you, and the customer service was 100% better than it probably had ever been. Now, there's plenty of restaurants that do good customer service anyway, but it was just nice to hit some of these small towns, like, and I live in small towns, and go to some of these small town restaurants and just know that every time you eat at a place like that during this time, you're helping keep that business open and doing them a great service, and they appreciated it. Now, I think these other places, like these hardware stores that I'm talking about, or hardware store that I'm talking about, could learn a lot from that. Just that appreciation level of having customers come and buy stuff from you. So I guess that's kind of what I was shooting at for today. That was just a short little video on customer service. I will, of course, be here frequently doing more videos. And so until next time, my name is Scott. You call me Guff, and I'll be signing off.